Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to MPL Presents Crick Buzz Live. We were trying to help you understand this game a lot better. We thought it's going to be a slow pitch, so we factored that in during our pre-show. And so I said, I think 159. And then Ajay Jadeja said, no, I think 165. And Joy said, 175. If it had not been for that late burst from Akshar Patel, it would have been 115. Ajay, tell me, is it really that bad a surface?
No, it's not that bad. I mean, it is.
Is any surface a 120 surface anyway?
Yeah, I mean, the worst surface you got to get to 120 in modern day cricket. It is a slower surface. It is turning, but you got to say, I don't think Delhi played the best cricket that they can or they're capable of. And Sunrisers is a strong side. They've used it pretty well. But I can understand what you just said with you, him, and me sitting here in a studio and not being able to figure out what the wicket is going to play like. But with the whole resources and the computers and the experience on all the benches, they've all added a seamer into their side. How does that work? I can't understand.
Correct.
So, I mean, we sit here and analyze and try and work out with things. You know, what could it be? So you think, oh, they're smart guys in that Delhi side. They've lost that game. Are they making a change with the batting? No. Good. What are they making a change? They brought in the seam bowler back. They brought in Ishant Sharma. They already had two fast bowlers. What is SRH doing? Sticking to their three seamers. So I think it's not just the pitch report. I think we'll have to negate a lot of things that we look at on that television.
I mean, since you
try and make a mind.
Joy, since you mentioned it, Rashid Khan 4 overs 1 for 18 and Mohammad Nabi 4 overs 2 for 21. Right? That's 8 overs for 39 runs there, and they still managed to get to 129 because they scored 35 against Siddharth Kaul, including 14 of the last over.
The one really good news for them is that the one thing that they didn't have going for them is Bhuvaneshwar Kumar's back. And the ball with which he got Prithvi Shaw was a beauty. A couple of balls before that, he just removed the slip. Prithvi got an edge, and that edge didn't, I mean, there was nobody at the slips. Fortunately, it wasn't too much of a mistake, so that's really important for them. I think other than that, I mean, this is a clinical bowling performance, and if Siddharth hadn't been so generous with his friends, his former colleague from Kings 11, they would have never been anywhere close. So anyway, yeah, that's a brilliant scoring card, and I mean, Rashid Khan, you don't even now comment. 4 overs, 1 for 18, par for the course.
I mean, did Rashid bowl well? Yeah, he did all right. He got 4 overs, 1 for 18.
Yeah.
Did Mohammad Nabi bowl well? Yes, he bowled very well. But
So you have a Huda in your side who bowls.
Correct.
Normally. So I'm saying it is becoming too much a mechanical game that you're going with what you've decided before the game. You're not looking at the pitch. You're not looking at the conditions. But this is what modern day cricket is. We're just sitting here and enjoying it.
He bowls decent off spin.
Yeah, because if the wicket is turning, if it's helping the spinners, there's no compulsion that you need to finish somebody's over. I mean, we see that with a lot of captains around the world. And sometimes you make a call and it's wrong, you read the pitch wrong. But after 4 overs, 5 overs, 10 overs into the game, you can see it. Why would you still carry on? But I guess because the total was not daunting, maybe they're thinking of the next game, they want to give confidence. So looking at all those things, we've ended up at.
No, that's my point. Did you want him to finish at 110? This is like saying
No, but why not?
You're like an Indian parent. 95 mila, 97 क्यों नहीं मिला?
भाई अगर देखो अगर आप पढ़ने
By the way, since you say Indian parent, you must meet his daughter once. She reads books that are thicker than she is.
she's making up for me and the family 54 generations who've never had a graduate in our family. So she's trying to make up for all of us together. So I guess I think like that. I'm just saying you got to keep, this is it's a game and you got to keep evolving. And,
Absolutely.
And don't forget, net run rates, all these things matter. We, keep looking at those.
Now, Delhi Capitals have 3 spinners. They've got Akshar, they've got Tewatia, and they've got Lamichhani. Sometimes you get some pitches which are slow, where the finger spinner seems to do better than the wrist spinner.
The worst, actually, on a flat track, it's the finger spinner who doesn't be that effective as the wrist spinner. Yeah. Because the wrist spinner, you'd know this better, you spin...
On matting wickets. because I know what you're saying.
Because the finger spinner needs more grip. Yeah. And what happens is the finger spinner, we saw that with Nabi, people who watched the game, you can go with an angle and still bowl. And the batsman is not sure whether it'll spin that much or not. With the wrist spinners, it's the bite that helps you on those flat tracks. Yeah. So on a bad track, actually, leg spinners are as a batsman, I would say, you'd still get one ball and over. But finger spinner is not going to give you anything. Finger spinners are more dangerous. Another one, my namesake, Ravindra, you look at him on a wicket that has even this much help.
He's 3 times a bowler.
He's 3 times better than anybody else playing around him.
I was watching a game at home the other day, and he started banging it in, tuk.
Yeah.
I was telling him, I said, now one off stump is going.
Yeah.
Next one went tong, the off stump.
Yeah.
So, yeah. But they're too defensive, I wonder. I mean, could they have done anything different?
Also, what happens is, when you're set, you've got there, and just before you make the break, if you get out, just look foolish. Dhoni, it happened to Dhoni yesterday. I think it happened to Shreyas today.
Yeah.
And it's just that anyone who even played themselves in, I thought Shikhar Dhawan was he got one sweep. But then it was called right that sweep against the off spinner, against the turn is a dangerous thing. And sooner or later you'll top it.
It's becoming like one ICSE question. Shikhar Dhawan comes in, you bring an off spinner. It's almost like that's in the syllabus.
You take the ball away from him. And on a pitch like this, it gets even more difficult to play and he's coming from that angle. You've got no other shot left. And especially when you have the pressure of your coach only going public and saying, oh, you're being too defensive.
Yeah.
I think they probably rushed in a bit too much. If you had wickets in hand, Prithvi Shaw, young man, you don't get off to a good start, it's difficult. On wickets like this, if you batted 10, 20, 30 balls, you will get enough balls to hit at the end. Or in the middle of, it's easier to play spin when you had 20 balls.
It's a tricky one though. You start thinking, oh, this is slow. Maybe my best chance is in the power play against the new ball. Let me try and get runs in the power play. Then you lose a couple of wickets. Then you say, okay, zara main roke khelnu. And the next thing you know is you're caught like stagflation. You're just caught downwards.
Okay. Yeah. And that's what it happens. And once it starts going wrong, then every other batsman is playing on their mind when they're walking out, and then it just becomes very difficult for them.
You know what I'd love
you
to
saw
see?
that today.
Yeah?
You saw Tewatia walk in before Ingram.
Yes.
That is the thought exactly what you were saying. Ke pehle go hard and then you defend, and then you say acha ab jaake hard, and you leave out your best players, take them out of the game for a long time.
What I'd be interested in seeing now is how do Johnny Bairstow and David Warner play this? They've just come off 3 century partnerships. Because they've been playing on lovely surfaces, they've hit through the line, and that match against RCB, they were just hitting shots that took your breath away. Now this is slightly slower surface. Yeah. How are these two essentially hit the ball on the rise players going to adjust their game? Will be fascinating to see.
Yeah, I would expect them to. I mean, we'll still wait and see, but I would expect them with the experience that they have, with the total already on board, 120, and they know Rabada is the man. They would not go after him. They may still go with that confidence that they have.
Sometimes they can go too defensive also, no?
So you don't want that to happen. You want them to go about playing normal game. You don't worry about the run rate. And with Rabada and Morris, you will get enough pace. So if you don't lose wickets, you will win this game. So with that experience, I don't think you'll see rash or something that they're going to try and go run forward or try and make room at the start of the inning. They'll just go about doing their business.
I know it's only T20, but Rabada versus Warner was a flashpoint in the Test series last year.
Look,
and he was bowling, as Graham Smith said, he was bowling like the wind.
He was bowling like the wind, and I think today is not a bad situation for him. Because they have nothing to lose. So you might even see Morris not come on, Lamichhane, just throw Lamichhane, do something different with the things. Because look, their only hope of winning is to get 2 or 3 wickets in the first 6. So you'll see Rabada come in and they'll tell Rabada, don't worry if you give away runs. There's no point. Yeah. So you're going to bowl like the wind. You might have two slips out there. Just give it all you got. Because see, if they bat 20 overs, they're making the score.
Delhi is actually pretty good. They've taken 8 wickets in the power play so far. So, I mean, they'll want at least 3, right? In the power play, at least 3.
They get 3. We've got a game on our hands.
We've got a game,
because 3, you'd be 40, at 35, 40 at the most. You're not going to be at 60 for 3. If you get to 60 for 3, it's a different story. But I'm looking at anything less than 25 or 30. And you pick up 3 wickets, and then we've got a game on our hand because those 3 spinners will come in handy. Pandey is struggling.
I won't be surprised the Indian core comes in. Pandey, Hooda, Yusuf Pathan. That Indian core comes in today. There's 4 Indian batsmen, 3, 4, 5, 6.
And out of those 3, I think Hooda is the only one that I've seen who keeps the scoreboard moving. Pandey and Yusuf can hit 6s, but they are block or slog guys. So in the middle, they are players that you don't mind. If 3 down and you've got Yusuf and Pandey in there, Delhi won't mind that because then their spinners can bowl because you've got nothing to lose. If they hit sixes, fine, but they're not the ones who keep moving the scoreboard.
Actually, in this room, also we have nothing to lose anymore after what happened on the
Yeah.
MPL Super Couch.
Couch is gone.
We will say in our defense that we looked at the pitch from what we saw on pictures before the game started. Now we have seen it, so we have exhausted our excuses. MPL Super Couch, what's going to happen?
Look,
I have never seen Joy Bhattacharya at a loss for words. Okay, you think.
okay, no, I'm saying either they'll get it in 14 or they'll struggle.
Look, there's no Dhoni. If it was Dhoni, you could have been.
Then it's easy.
You would have
17
been
overs
20
no matter what. Yeah.
No, then there's a contract to take it to the 19th over. All the inventory has to be. But with these guys, I'll go with him. I'll go with him that I don't think it'll be a tough chase. Because 120 is not such a big total. And the guys who are in form, one of them will strike at least 4 or 5
So which over do you think? So you're saying that Sunrisers are winning, number one.
You
and
got
what over?
from now on. It's a matter of time between 14 and 17.
नहीं भाई 14 and एक ओवर बोलना पड़ता है
अच्छा एक बोलना था
और फिर टू मच कर रहे हैं
चलो 16 बोल देते बीच में
16 ओवर में बोल रहे हैं ना आप
16